Welcome to Ben Talks Money. Here we discuss stocks, investments, ETFs, and personal finance.
Hello there, welcome back to Ben Talks Money. My name is Ben. I have an MBA in Finance and Management. I've been trading for 8 years. I'm a full-time options trader. In today's video, we take a look at the stocks that will be trading for the week, and we'll analyze the daily chart to see the levels that will be going long or short on these stocks. So if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, and humbly, please help me get to 4,000 subscribers. I'm getting close to it, and a subscription will help me go a long way in achieving that goal. So let's jump in. First, let's take a look at the QQQQ, the NASDAQ ETF, to give us a clear picture of where we are in the market. So as you can see here, from April when we bottom on the market, we move strongly all the way up here to an all-time high of about $640. And last week we pulled back. We pulled back on the market on last week. But you can see that we came straight into it. We came straight into the 50-day SMA right here. That was around $600. I was watching that level on Friday, and as soon as we hit the level and we started seeing buyers coming into the market, I bought some calls on it that expires middle of next year. And now we are almost 10 points in it because we picked it up from $600 and now we are trading around $610. So hopefully this holds, but ideally I would like to see this come and test it, back test it to 600. And if it holds, it gives you a validation to add more to the position. So now let's look at the stocks that we'll be trading. The first one that we look at is MP. We look at MP because these rare earth stocks, they've been doing incredibly well. But if you can see on the daily chart, the past couple of weeks has been brutal for MP materials. And on Friday, if you look at the volume on Friday, we had the strongest green volume in the past 2 weeks. So what does it tell me? It tells me that maybe the selling is exhausted and buyers are coming in because it came straight into the $50 support zone and it held it and it pushed straight up here. It pushed almost 8 points into it. So what I'm looking for is that you can see that around $60 is another resistant area for the stock. If this stock break above $60 with volume and the market aligns, it will be a strong opportunity to get in and move it back to the 50-day SMA, which is around $70. So that is the play for MP materials. We need it to hold above $60 and then we push it to the 50-day SMA, which is around 70. And when we get here and we hold the 50-day SMA, then there's an opportunity to get back here into another resistant area, which is around $80. So that's it for MP. The next one that we take a look at is also in the same sector, and that will be UUUU, the 4Us. And you can see that it's kind of similar to MP materials. This thing came here all the way to $28. That was the highest. The highest was around $28, and then it dipped down below the 50-day SMA to around $14. It held this support here, the $14 zone. You can see that this is a little bit of a support in this area. We held the support, and on Friday we pushed back, but you can see that the $16 area is also another support for the stock. So we would like to see it break above $16 and hold, and then we push to the 50-day SMA, which is around $17.15. If we're able to hold above it, there's an opportunity to move this up. I think there was a news on Friday regarding this sector. That's why they moved. So let's see if this week we're going to have a continuation in this sector. And the last stock that we take a look at from this sector is USAR. USAR, you can see that it's also facing the same brutal pattern. This stock went all the way to $45 and it dropped more than 50% all the way down to $16.55. That was brutal. So imagine if you bought it here around $45 and now you are down almost 60% in just a couple of weeks. That's incredible. That tells you the nature of this kind of stocks. If it's going against you, it's brutal. If it's going for you, it's incredible feeling. So we needed to push above 17 because you can see that the $17 area is some form of a resistance in the area. So if it holds above it, we should break above. We want to break above this noise, right? This here is a noise. If you're able to break above this noise and then come to the 50-day SMA. So if you're able to break above 1750, the 50-day SMA is around $20.60. We can break into it. If we get into it and break over it, then we are coming down here to around $24. These things can move. And when they decide to move, they break every level that you can think of. And when they are going against you, it's incredible. It's incredibly hard to hold. So that's it for the sector. The next stock that we take a look at is actually, let's take a look at Nvidia. And if you look at Nvidia, it went all the way up here to $212. And within a week, it pulled all the way back into 180. But you can see down here that the 180 zone for Nvidia was a strong support zone. It came straight into it, it held it to the T, and it pushed above the 50-day. That's the best part, right? It didn't just hold the 180 zone, it also pushed above the 50-day SMA. And right now, it's trading above the 50-day SMA. The 50-day SMA is around $183.50, and this stock is now around $188. So if we are able to hold above the 50-day SMA and break above 190, we are likely to go to another all-time high or close to the all-time high before earnings. I think the earnings for Nvidia is on the 19th, which is next week, I think. So if we're able to hold above the 50-day, we can push up to 190 and then back to all-time high before the earnings. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft is the weakest in the big tech stocks. And surprisingly, they had one of the best earnings among them. But look at it. It went all the way to 550 and then it pulled all the way back to right now it's around 496. And the 496 area seems to be a support in that area. So it's holding that support area, but we want to see about 500 because psychologically 500 will be a psychological resistant area. So we want to see the stock break above $500. If it breaks above $500 and hold it, then we are likely to see 525. The next level will be 525. But we need to hold this. We need to, if it breaks above $500, we need to see how it's going to behave around the 50-day SMA, which is around 514. If it's able to hold 514, the next area will be around 525. That will be the next support zone. But this is going to be choppy. If the market doesn't align, you see all this noise here, it's going to be very, very choppy before we can break it out. If we break out here to 535. But this will be a long-term play. If it's able to hold about $500 and the market aligns, Microsoft will be a long-term play. Now, the next one that we'll take a look at is Amazon. If you look at Amazon and you compare it to Microsoft chart, you can see that Amazon is actually more bullish. The chart is a little bit more bullish than Microsoft. It's more encouraging than Microsoft. And if you look at it, they had a strong earning and it pushed to all-time high of about 260 and then it pulled back. But when it pulled back, look at it. It pulled back and held 238. 238 was a strong support zone. We tried several times to break it. We couldn't break it, but the earnings came. We broke it. We came down to backtest it, and the backtesting held, right? So if this stock is able to hold above 245, we are likely to see 260, 270 in the coming week if the market aligns. That's the key word is if the market aligns. Because when the market is going, when there's a macroeconomic news and it affects all the stock, nobody will be saved. So we need the market to align, and then we can see where the stock goes. The next one I'll take a look at is SOFI. We actually started a new position on SOFI on Friday because if you look at it here, the chart, it came down here, it broke below the 50-day, and then it held the 2560 zone. This zone has been a strong support area for the stock. Anytime it's coming down, it holds it. And on Friday, it held it. When it held it, we started the position and we pushed back a little bit. We got a little bit on it. We pushed back a little bit. And then right now we are holding above the 50-day SMA. So I want to see this stock hold the 50-day. Hold above the 50-day. If we are going to consolidate for a little bit, at least consolidate above the 50-day SMA. And if we are able to do that, then there's room for us to move upwards in the stock. But we want to see it hold above the 50-day SMA. And then 29 is also another resistance that will be coming up. 29 has been always a strong resistance for the stock. If it breaks above 29, we are likely to go to $29.50 and $30. And we'll more likely add to the position when we get there. So the next one that we take a look at is Google. And out of all the big tech stocks, Google is the strongest among it all. If you look at all the charts that we've taken a look at right now, if you look at Nvidia, if you look at Meta, if you look at Microsoft, Google has the strongest chart so far. And it looks incredibly bullish. The reason is that this stock has a number of things going on for them. First of all, they came up with a new breakthrough in quantum. So if you're looking for anything to play in the quantum space and you want something that is more safer, because I think at the end of the day, the stocks that are going to win on the quantum space is Google, Microsoft, and IBM. Those are the stocks that are going to win on when it comes to the quantum space. Your QBTS, your Rigetti, and those small quantum names, some of them will be winners, but some of them are going to file for bankruptcy. They are all not going to get to the finish line. But these more established stocks, they have a real chance because they have strong cash flow to be able to push through. So we are looking for Google to hold above 280. We want to see this break above 280 because you can see here, it looks like it's a flat top breakout. We want to see the flat top breakout, break above 280 with volume. We want to see the daily volume more than what we've seen here. And if we see that and the market aligns, we'll go into it around 280, push it to 285, and we can hit $300 by the end of the week if the market aligns. This is an incredibly strong stock. If you're looking for a long-term play in the quantum and AI name, this one gives you 2-in-1. I love the name. They are doing incredibly well. And the next one that we take a look at is AMD. AMD also came in. They had a strong earning, but their margins were tighter than expected. And this stock came in, held the 225 level. You can see I had the line here. It held the 225 level. It pushed above it. We want to see this stock hold above 230. If it's able to hold above 230 and you're somebody that like to trade AMD, this will be good entry for you. But again, the market has to align. And also the risk with AMD is that the 50-day SMA is a little bit further away. It's around $200. So if we decide to pull in, it's a long way to pull in compared to the rest of the stock. But another level here will be around 210. So the 210 area will be another support when it decides to come down. And the next one that we take a look at is Tesla. You can see Tesla that it looks like the Elon Musk pay package vote was a sell the news event, because after the news came in, it just dropped. But you can see that when it dropped, it came all the way down and it held the 50-day. It held the 50-day. And one thing that makes this chart incredibly good for a long trade is that the 50-day is also a support area, right? It's also a strong support area around 430. It's a strong support area. So now that we are around the 430 zone, if this holds, you can just start a position here, risk about $5, because all you need to see is for this to hold. If it breaks above the 50-day SMA, you are out. But you can see that it's been trading around this channel. The channel is around 430 to 465. So that's about $35 range. And if you are risking about $10 to get $35, that's not bad at all. So now that we are at the bottom of the range, you can get in the range, move it up. And when we get up here to 460, you can start selling the position and see if it's going to do a flat top breakout. If it doesn't break and it starts to come down, you can just come and just wait for it to come down here again, and then you buy. So if you're somebody who's been paying attention to this, you've gotten a lot of good trades, right? You can short it from here and you sell here, and you buy along from this side and you take it all the way up here, and then you sell. You get it up here and then you buy, and then you get it down here and then you buy. So these are the kind of trades that you look at the chart and you see, okay, this stock has been trading in the range for a long time. So I'm just going to follow the range and trade in the range. When it breaks out of the range and if the range is against you, you are out, right? So that's how you trade these kind of stocks. And that's it for the video. If it was helpful to you, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, let's keep making money.